How do you kind of determine that range? I mean, was it one of the fastest you would run prior, or you're thinking I can get to this, or I've consistently been hitting that number?
No, I've been consistently throughout practice hitting that number, going lower and higher, whatever the case may be. But that was a good number for me at the combine, so I was happy with that. I didn't want to run it again.
Highest realistic thing, kind of from your past experiences, that was about what you thought you could.
Well, yeah, for sure, yeah.
What's the next month look like? Back-to-back shows, TV, what's on there?
So, I'm going to be training here, just getting my body, prepared for the NFL and just getting ready, meeting with teams and interviews and stuff like that.
Is that team meeting process started yet, or you got some on the schedule?
Oh, yeah, no, it hasn't started yet. I'm going to Miami, I think, on May 8th to go to their pro day, basically, and kind of just run around there.
How nice is it to have that testing period down where you're coming here and just focusing on catching balls?
Oh no, it was amazing. Just having to focus on just route running and not having to focus on 40 or shuttle or bench or anything like that. It's just great being able to just be a football player and just kind of running routes.
It's a little eerie when there's just silence and you catch a pass and you finally hear the cheers of players.
Yeah, for sure. But it's all good. We're faced to be put under any pressure, so it doesn't really matter if it's quiet or if it's loud.
What did you learn from speaking with teams at the combine? What do you think? What do you anticipate kind of the line of questioning will be as you go through and they start drilling down to when they want you in the draft?
Just my role on the team, being a special teams guy, being a guy that can help out in the receiver room. So they just kind of focus on what my role is and then how to get me better as a receiver.
Yeah. What's your answer to teams if they ask about your drops? What do you tell?
Just focus drops. I have a tendency to try to run before I catch sometimes. So just focusing on catching it first and then running.
So a couple today, how disappointing is that for you? Did you expect to be perfect, or do you think?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I honestly expected to be perfect. Obviously, I had I think 2 on the ground, but at the same time, just focus drops. I'm not gonna let that deter me from the rest of the route going section.
And what kind of questions do they have about the health side of things? That will come a lot here on football to get to the final year.
Yeah, for sure. Throughout the combine, they did various tests to make sure that my foot was 100% healed. So after I went through those tests, they kind of figured that I'm 100% healed and everything's good.
You feel like that's answered it now. You don't have to get poked and prodded.
Yeah, exactly.
That must be nerve-wracking.
A little bit, but no, it's all good. I could tell that my foot was 100%. So
is that part of your personal selling point that you kind of did improve as the year went on after having so much time off? It's like, look, September wasn't the full Kevin Austin as much as what I was able to show near the end.
Yeah, I would say so. Just knocking some of the rust off earlier in the season and then kind of getting to my true self later in the season, I would say.
Was that a tough process mentally? Because I'm sure you didn't. I mean, you started well at Florida State too. I'm sure you didn't expect that. The rest, once it wasn't there, I mean, is it just some part you have to deal with and kind of realize I can fight through this?
Well, yeah, just trying to stay consistent throughout every week. Just following my plan and what I usually do. I kind of just figured that I'll get out of that slump, and then I eventually did.